All right, guys, we're here. We're here. Dun, dun. Had to make the coffee in case it's a boring morning. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Just need to get my chat. Let's see, pop out chat. All right. It's there. It's there. How's everyone doing today? Had some pretty wild movement overnight, guys. Insane here. Get the last little finished touches set up here. We've got to do a little copy trading today. All right, let's see. That's set up. Start some music. All right. Just give me a minute, guys. Just trying to get my stuff set up here. Guys, it's a pretty insane movement last night. I mean, it's like 800, 900 points. So today could just be insane. I hope we continue to get the big movement today, and hopefully it doesn't chop around because the market's just exhausted from last night. What's up, Flo Man? How are you doing today? How did yesterday pan out for you? Were you able to find a couple good trades? I think I only took 10 points out of last night's market. We had 500 points of movement, and I only got 10 points. How did you fare yesterday? Were you able to at least stay green? I know we had some pretty Oh, you got some? Nice. I was glad I was able to get that one good trade before I had to get off the stream there, 10:20. Man, I was waiting literally all morning for that 60 level, and I was like, woo, we finally got it. We broke it, then retested it, and I was like, nice. And you could have probably got you 100 points if you held it the whole time. But I had to leave, so I couldn't be greedy. So just take my 40 or 50 points and dip. I'm hoping since that we didn't have 500 points. Oh no, almost 800 to 900 points of movement between the Tokyo or the time we opened in the Asia to London. So I'm kind of hoping we still grind up. I'm hoping this is just a small pullback and we just continue up for the rest of the day. We did have some job jolt numbers, but it didn't really do too much. We do got the 30-year bond auction here at 1 o'clock today, but that usually doesn't offer too much. That's usually like 10, 20, 30 points. I won't be here for that anyway, but just kind of want to let someone know if they're going to be trading. Let me check out tomorrow's news, because sometimes even tomorrow's news can affect the. Let me turn my camera on my YouTube page. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to manage the YouTube and TikTok at the same time, so sometimes it can be a little much. Once I'm set up, though, it's good. I just have to get everything situated and set. Then it's pretty much good to go. Okay. Investing.com. Woo, it's so bright. All right, so like I said, we already pretty much had our 3-star news. We had the initial job claims this morning, and it didn't really do too much. Then we also, like I said, at 12 o'clock. So 12 o'clock, we have the 30-year bond auction, and even that usually doesn't do a lot either. Might get a few little bump, but nothing too bad. So it looks like Friday's going to be a pretty calm day. So no news at all tomorrow. So see next week here. Monday. I guess maybe leading into the holidays, it might not have any news. Average, so little 3-star news there. Non-farm payroll. Okay, there's the. What day is that, on Tuesday? That's a weird day to release. So next Tuesday is going to be popping. I always thought non-farm payroll came out on Friday. Dude, next week has tons of news, so hopefully the volume will be pretty good next week. Yeah, man, a lot of good stuff next week. So, good times, guys. So, depending on how the market opens this morning, if we start off choppy again, we'll just have to sit here and just wait before we're able to get a move. Yesterday, we sat here for almost an hour before we were able to get a trade. Some days are just like that. I mean, that's why I've enjoyed trading the 5 minutes. So, the 5 minutes has helped me be really, really patient with waiting for trades. So, if we open up and you see all the candles are just big sticks and not nice, clean candles like this, we'll just have to sit on the side. This is probably right here one of my favorite bullish patterns right here. So if you ever see a big 5 minute candle and you're able to print a small little, more likely if I take off the inside bar indicator, this is probably a possible small red candle. Or anyways, anytime you get this really small candle next to this big giant candle, most of the time the price action is going to continue up. And you can at least probably get 10 to 20 points depending on where you're at in the range. But a lot of times it happens closer to the bottom. Like this one right here. So This one just popped kind of at the bottom. You get two big bullish green candles. Then you get this really small candle here that just kind of sits here where it's kind of sitting inside this bar here. Then it seems like the next one always pops. So that's like one of my favorites, bullish or bearish type, you know, what do you want to call it? Candle setups. That one would have been tough because the candle was super small. But this one was in the Asia market, so you're very rare. You won't get that setup as much in the overnight session. Dude, the overnight session was just a crazy dump. Did anybody in this lobby catch that overnight session in the Asia market? We had like a 500-point sell-off last night. I took 10 points. I was in it for 10 micros. Or no, 10 points. No, 10 micros for 5 points for the Asia Open. So I want to say it would have been at 7 o'clock my time. So here, right here. So we had this little pullback right here. And I had a resting order sitting right here looking for 5 points with 10 micros. I think I ended up getting like $180 after fees and stuff. I was like, woohoo, you know, pretty good money for the Asian market. All did I know that less than 30 minutes later that we would just have this crazy 500-point sell-off. I want to say that's the second one this month because I feel like we had one a couple weeks back. Or the second one within the month. Because we've had two of these in the Asia market so far in the last month. Shoot. Let me get some levels marked out. Let me find my other page that has the previous day open. Man, that's at 81. I don't think, I want to say that might be the 4 o'clock. I don't think that's the 3 o'clock range. Oh, no, I think my nautical man said it was at 8. He said it was at, no? Oh, no, this is way off. That's previous day open. Never mind. We're way, way off. Oh, I still haven't marked out. They're right there. I thought I lost those levels I had previously marked. So what those are is the previous day open or previous day close from yesterday. I'm hoping we get a good opening trade today. We haven't had one in a few days. We've been just kind of sitting to the sideline. So we just haven't had anything. The last couple of days have been super tough price action. Anytime leading up to FOMC, the price action usually sucks anyway. So that's pretty normal. I wouldn't mind seeing the continuous of a moving up today. Just no pullback at all, man. Just straight back to the all-time highs from yesterday. Let's look at those. And so if we can get in a long, that is something we will definitely be targeting. So we have these New York PM highs all the way back up at 872. So if we can get a nice long going, this is where I'm going to be targeting. If we continue high here, just put that one runner up here at 872. So hopefully it won't be too bad of getting that nice 200-point trade today. But you also have London highs sitting at 747. So you got some good targets to the upside. You still got 15 minutes left. And also, if we print above this 21 moving average here on the 5 minutes, so So that's kind of how we're going to decide our bias. So if we stay above 21, look for longs. If below the 21, look for shorts on the 5 minutes. Did anybody in here take any trades in the overnight session? I think I might have asked that a while ago, but I don't know if... I got to turn off something real quick on my tablet. There we go. Let's see how much we need to make, because I have to pass these accounts. I tried this long this morning off of 42, and I kind of paper handed it. I had this level marked out here at 42. So I did kind of like that the backdoor thing that I talk about where I wait for it to wick through. The body kept closing here at 42. So we got long here looking for 10 points, but this one came back and snapped me out. So this is why I have like a $4 in the red here today starting out. So we still need to make about $700 on this account and another 600 here. So been trying to work hard to get those passed because I don't want to pay for those renewal costs. I want to say with the Apex accounts, the renewals pretty steep on the renewals because they're like, I want to say like $80 or something because they're 50% off with the renewals. So be careful if you do have an Apex account. Just make sure you look at your renewal costs. That way you don't get it for 15 or 20 bucks and have to turn around and pay 80 bucks for a renewal in case you failed it and just left it sitting there. So just be aware of that. I want to say we've only taken one loss this whole week. So this has probably been one of my better weeks as far as patience and win to loss. My one loss came Monday on a fake breakout to the upside, and I realized what my mistake was after we took it. I think we did a little video on that loss because it was tucking on the 15-minute opening range. So what happened is I let the body of that previous candle wicked about 30 points above, and I got long on the next candle, not realizing that the body that I'm getting long on has to engulf that previous candle. So that's kind of what happened on that one loss. But the rest of the week has either been a couple break-even trades, but most of them all have been like nice 30, 40-point trades. So, and most of the time we're also just starting out with 2 micros. Sometimes I will add. So a lot of times, most of my trades, I try to risk no more than like $50 if we can't help it. And I pull Fibonacci also on all of them. Every trade I enter, I almost always pull Fibonacci because I'm looking for like between a 20 to 50% pullback on a candle before we get long. I can't tell where the wick is on this one because this thing's in the way. So right now, like this candle is pulled back 50% of this candle. So if you had a lot of volume, I mean, this still would be a legit candle. The only thing I don't like about it is the wick, how big the wick is. I prefer to have smaller wicks. This way, when this candle pops it continues straight up. So that's probably the only thing I don't like about this candle. So I prefer to see smaller wicks. This way you see the body engulf the previous candle. I do like the little bear flag or bull flag that we have setting up here. Especially if we stay above the 21 EMA. Maybe come back, retest this 21 EMA, then pop. Sorry if I had my chat down here. Okay. What is everybody else in the lobby trading? Is everybody here trading the NQ? Or is there anybody here on the ES? Oh, don't give us a move before we open. So this is kind of, like I was saying, this is usually like one of my favorite like bullish type setup. Well, not quite small enough. Usually I like to see it a little bit smaller. Man, I almost feel like we're just going to probably rip here at the opening. We're also going to be doing copy trading today too. So we're going to be copy trading 2 accounts. What are you guys trading with? Like, are you guys, what prop firms are you guys using? Or are anybody here using a cash account? Man, what a fake out that was. We still got about 7 minutes, guys. 7 minutes. Personal and Top Step. Yeah, I think I remember you, Believer, you tell me you use Top Step. How's gold been? Did you get any of that crazy movement overnight in the gold, Believer, since we had all that crazy movement last night? Or did gold kind of stay stagnant? I didn't really look at gold to see what it did. I know the ES and everything else was selling off last night. And I know you like to trade in that nighttime. It was choppy on gold. Yeah, I think I ended up going in with 10 micros for 5 points last night. So, trust me, I did not picture a 500-point sell-off last night. I was happy just to get the 500 points the 5 points last night with 10 micros. You messed it. Yo, yeah, so did I. Once something like that starts dropping like that, it's so hard to enter because you don't want to end up getting FOMO and that crap just rips back against you. Oh no, I sit there and watched almost the whole sell off last night. I think when I finally stopped watching it, it was like 420 or 430 or something. And where did it go? It went down there somewhere like 300s, I think. Oh yeah, 380. Okay, yeah, I think actually no, I think I watched almost the whole thing last night. You got point of control also back there around 52. So I'm kind of liking the push ups this morning as right now. So I feel like I wouldn't mind seeing an explosion out of the top here. I really haven't been taking these explosion trades out of the top. I did for a little bit, but they're usually a little bit more risky. And usually on those type of trades, you have to anticipate a pullback. So it's one of those trades you only look for like 10 or 20 points if you take those like those blast out the top type trades. So basically what you would do is just put a resting order at the bottom and the top of the wick, and most of the time, even if it goes up, it's going to probably go up here and run these wicks. Then if it comes back, you would already want to have your profit in. All right, 2 minutes to go. Ooh, the 15 minutes kind of is pushing back down. If you're looking at the 15-minute charts over here, I'm kind of pushing back down to the bottom of that range. I think if we lose 42, that may be a sell area, but you would have to anticipate a bounce at the 24. So that's the only thing I'm not a fan of it, because that's that in those kill zone pivots, that's like a big wick on top of that 22, 24 area. But if we lose all of that area, it could just be running the lows again. But I like the longs better, and I do the shorts today. All right, guys, the last minute here. 40 seconds left. Be careful if you're trading the opening. Sometimes I think better trades usually happen at 10. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. It's kind of a 50-50 right now. I think if 42 can hold, I like the push back up, but man, if we start losing those 40s areas and lose those 20 areas and get back below those London area there. That London area is sitting at 623. So we could get a manipulation to the downside, bounce off the 23.24, then rip back up. There's the 24. It's hitting. And see it hitting it? It just keeps hitting. So if we can get through it, if not, that could be a fake out. So that's why I didn't like the shorts. You got to get through these 24s. I just don't know if this is going to be a fake out candle to rip back up. Oof. Wow, is this thing not going to come back? It's just going to be a straight freaking boner candle down. Just be careful if you're getting FOMO on this candle. Yeah, it's so hard to just jump into this. Take profit hit, nice. Now this thing still could like wick all the way back up to the upside here. We still got plenty of time left on this candle. We still got 2.5 minutes left. I wouldn't mind this being the manipulation candle and go back out the top. We still got 2 minutes left on this candle, guys. We usually don't buy the very first 5-minute candle. Usually we're patient and just wait. I mean, if you're going to take a position off of this candle, you really don't need it to be a big wick candle. You really need to see the body push down there and close in this wick some. You need the sellers to kind of take over this wick because the buyers is what's pushing us up. So you don't want it to be like, you want to see a small little wick like this right here. Then with a pullback on a 5-minute candle, like 20%. And then, you know, if you're feeling kind of frisky on taking the trade. All right, less than 1 minute to go. Yeah, see, we're getting a big wick. I prefer smaller wicks. I think it becomes a little bit more riskier whenever you have big wicks like this. What do we got? 30 seconds left. I'm going to put my order on here just in case. All right, about 18 seconds left. Got to have some kind of pullback on this too. And my stop loss will be at the top of this candle if we get tagged in. Ooh, this thing could go all the way back up. There's a 38%. You really don't want to see it pop to 50%. Usually if it gets back above that 50%, it's probably going to continue all the way back up. Man, that's a big stop. Not going to lie. Sorry if I'm not looking at the chat right now. Man, I hate our stop loss. Stop loss has to be pretty good size. Oh, just got above the 50%. All right. I don't need a stop loss. Oh, yeah, we always have a stop loss, man. I'm okay with taking my small losses. Man. What, we hit the 70% there? What do we got? We got a minute left on this candle. I mean, it's going to be an inside bar, it looks like, possible. That's a big, massive bar, guys. I don't want to get raped on this candle here if this thing prints badly. $20 left. All right, 10 seconds left. I might even have to go to break even fast. Like I said, you got to have like a massive, massive stop loss on this, and that's just insane. I think even if I got tagged in, I'm only going to have like a really small stop loss. Like I'm talking 10 points. Because I got in a little early on this one. Like I said, we're just going to keep a tight stop loss. I think even 90 is going to be my stop loss. So if it starts running back up, we're just going to get stopped out and have to wait for the next trade. Because I got in early, so that's why that we're not going to have the right stop loss. Like your stop loss is supposed to be up here, and there's just no way I can have that kind of stop loss. Uh, Come on, hit the 50s. I still want to get wicked. Now, this is just 2 micros, guys. We're not in this heavy. All right, let's come on. Don't come back. Come on, stay below the close. No, damn it. So wiki. This is still a valid trade as far as the inside bar goes, as long as this stays, long as this never gets back above it. All right, so we just pretty much just hit the 10 points on it. We will take that again if this bar right here holds. Because the inside bar is still technically good here. We just got to minimize our losses if we take a loss. We just don't want to take no more than like $50, $75, somewhere between that 50 and 100 range max. Either I want it to go or it just needs to go back up here and unvalidate this candle. No, we don't usually have much of an issue with FOMO. Come on. Man, we have like a massive target to the downside here. Man, I either want it just to flush down or just go ahead and push back up here and retest the 15 minutes. I think we're about to have a new 15-minute candle too. Man, I don't know if we're gonna be able to stay in it because it's so wicky right now that it's just my stop loss will need to be back up there at 90. I just want to see a big flush. This way we can get away from my entry. Flush. I want to see it go to 470. Damn it. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to hold on. We still got 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. We need to get a new 5-minute candle. This way this damn thing will just get away from us and we got a wick to use for our stop loss. Right now, guys, that 5-minute inside bar is paying the bills again today. Man, if you're new to trading and you're just looking for something super simple to trade, man, just put on 1 or 2 micros and just trade that. It's almost like if we break the London lows, you think we can run those Tokyo lows at 382? I don't see why not, man. We lose that 500. We could be downtown here, guys. I just got to try to lock in some kind of profit in a minute. We got still a minute left on this freaking candle. And this thing could come back. So here's the 50% back at the 50s. Come on. Please don't be a massive bounce here at the freaking whole number. I hope this thing doesn't respect the whole number and just goes straight through it. Boner candle. Talking about a legitimate boner candle, guys. We're at what, 80 points on this damn boner candle. Whew. Holy crap. We just need a new candle, so we got a place that we can take profit. Got 30 seconds left. Man, 50% here. Come on, just push. Don't even come back. Don't even push. Just keep going. Damn it. No, not even a pullback. Just go. I mean, we're at 100 points right here. It's so. Now, this is where you can get FOMO, guys, if you didn't jump in already. All right, we're going to lock in the 91 here. Yeah. Oh, well. We got 70 points out of it. I did not want that thing to come all the way back up there and just stop me out. I mean, I think it's got more, but I just didn't want to take that chance. All right. So now we'll have to just kind of sit on the sidelines here, guys. So even if it goes straight down, we'll have to sit here and watch. Because, oh, I know what that was the London lows, wasn't it? That's what we ran into that resistance. Damn it. I didn't even consider that. That 73 was the London low. Man, if we lose this area, man, it could just be more downtown all the way to that 380. Damn it. Full take profit hit. Nice trades. You targeted that London low. I wanted the Tokyo low. Oh, shit. Nice. Dude, the inside bar just ripped today. Man. I was a little nervous on it because how the size of it. But it paid every bit of 1-for-1, guys. What that inside bar was what 65, so 35, yeah. I wish I had another contract to target those other lows. Damn it. That's so annoying. Yeah, at least we didn't have to wait, an hour and a half to even get a trade like we had the last couple days. The last couple days has just been just sitting here just staring at charts for like an hour or something. Dude, I just don't see how we don't take out this line down here that we got marked. Now, if we go down here and run these lows from last night and we trade back up through that, I will take a long out of this. I will attempt a long if we get a nice 5-minute setup here. We just got to be patient and wait. Woo, I'm hoping one more good trade will... No, I still need about 350 left on this account and about 570 left on this one. So plenty of time to get that. Was Trays, are you still holding to the 382 down there? Man. Just be careful, guys. Don't get the FOMO down here. We're at a whole number, so be careful. No. 382 is on its way. Man, I believe I could have had my first 200-point move if we'd have held that to 370. That's crazy. This thing just barely wicked the 500 right here, then just dumped again. Another 100 points. So what you could do is like what I try to do is, like I said, while I'm waiting for that 5-minute candle to print, I'm waiting to use these top of these 5-minute candles as my stop loss. So if I could have survived that one, this would have been the next stop loss here. So far, guys, the inside bar is 4 for 4 this week. I'm not saying it doesn't ever lose, but man, this thing will go on streaks where it'll just win like 2 weeks in a row with maybe one loss. So that thing is super consistent, especially if you're going in the right like momentum direction. So, you know, if you're bearish, you know, you can see that you're below the 21 EMA. And just kind of look at it like that whenever you're looking at the inside bar. Yep. So like, I would like to see it sweep these 380s here. It's like, where can we go if we lose the 380s? See. Looks like there's a lot of support here under the 380s. Uh-oh. Almost lost my... Nah. Got to do the puzzle thing here on the TikTok. I'm trying to mark out this. Waiting to see what happens at this 380 level. We still got quite a bit of time left on this 5-minute candle, though. So we're waiting to see if we can break above that. We want to see us wick past that 82 down there. Just got to be patient, wait. It is slowing down here, so maybe this will be our bounce spot here. Don't really want to jump in this too early because it could have missed our target. Where did it get to? Was that 90? I don't. All right, let's see if we get some kind of pullback on this candle here. Still got a minute left on this candle. Whoo, 50-point just rip off that 400s pretty much. I was hoping that this would have hit the 82, then we could have got in this a little sooner. Damn it. Mm-hmm. 30 seconds left. We'll see what happens with this very next candle. Hopefully it doesn't rip off the books and just have some kind of small pullback here. Stop loss would be right here, wherever this wick is. Hoping we get a better position here. Prefer to be at the body close. Want to see a quick 10-point rip here. All right, 10-point rip real out of the quick. We're going to stay a negative RR on this trade. And so this way, I'm not in profit yet. Right now, it's still a break-even type trade. Shit. Let me pull fib on this. This is the leg pullback. So this could just be the 50% pullback here. So as I said, it's still a break-even trade. So it's just a free trade at the moment. This 500 is the key right here, guys. If it rips through that 500, there's nothing to stop this to go all the way back up here to 550. Come on, 500s. Get through this 500s. We're at the 50% of this total move right now. If we blast this 50% on this total leg, I don't see what stops this from moving back up. I hated that I didn't get it down at the 82, but that's okay. Oof. Dude, this thing's just fucking on a tear. Whew. %'s there. Insane right now, guys. 595. Could get stopped at 555 here. What do we got? New candle. This new candle can pop, and it should just rip. I want to see this right here. Hold up here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, didn't move it up here. So you want to see it right here. This way we can put our stop order right here. I want to see that 20% hold. Dude, these entries just don't get any easier than this. Just wait till it to run some of these previous lows, then just look for the rip back up. Multiple days. Same setup. Come on, push. We want to see that 23% hold. I have somewhere to put my stop loss. No, don't come back to the 50%. Damn it. All right, 40% is our next one down here. You think we're going to get all-time highs up here? Dude, anything's possible. This market's just insane right now. So we at least got 50 points locked in. They had you in a chokehold. You're going to buy at the 847s. So you got a resting order sitting at 847. Dude, look at this entry with this little bitty stop loss. This is why I like buying on new 5-minute candles. Just buy at the body where they open and close. Wait for the pullback and use that wick as your stop loss. Nice. Oh, you did too? Nice, Thomas. Woo. We'll just follow this 5-minute candles up as long as it'll let us follow it. Dude, we're just about to hit 100 points. Nice. There's nothing wrong with locking in 100 points if you're in this trade. Because this thing could easily rip back on us. So this market's just insane today. Little Bear, did you get in this trade or did you take the short? Yeah, it was a little whipsawy there at the first. It had me a little nervous too. But man, once it started going, it was going. And I left a lot on the table myself. So it could easily bounce because look, we're back in this consolidation box here. Really don't want to see it back no lower than the 40 level. You're targeting the 888s. Whew. I got mine targeting 660, the pretty much the opening. Man, you thinking all the way up to 8 there? Man, you're tempting me. See, this is where I'm thinking we could possibly turn down, though. Well, it's not that I think we will go all the way back down. We can just have a decent pullback. And I'd rather lock in 50 points and not walk away with nothing. Whew. Yeah, I mean, I still feel like it continues. I just didn't know how deep of a pullback we need. And I don't want to live through the pullback. Like I said, there's been plenty of times that I've been up 50 and 60 points in trade, and it comes back and hits me break even. And I'd rather live with the 50-point winner and just be mad that I missed on, whatever profit may come instead of, come back and not get zero. So I'm going to leave my stop loss at the bottom of this 5-minute candle, and we'll see what happens with this next couple candles. We still got 2 minutes left, 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. Man, if we can get this thing above the 21 EMA here, whoo. What's up, Ponzi? Did you enjoy that big sell-off last night during the Tokyo market? I was like, man, I bet you Ponzi's over there in sell-off heaven. 500-point sell-off last night. Then we had a big dump this morning to only V-shape recovery straight back up. And I thought I was going to miss this trade because I was anticipating us to run the 82 because that was the low. So we did not run that low from Tokyo. So I wanted to see us wick through it just like yesterday. Remember the same setup yesterday. We waited for 60. We wicked through 60. Then once we closed back above 60, that's where we took that one good trade yesterday. But this one, I had to get in 60 points. 80 points above the level that I was waiting for. So it was just way, way off. But I guess when you got 60 points to 80.5 minute candles, it's all right. New 5-minute candles coming here, guys. Like I said, I'm going to follow the 5-minute candles up. So right now we have 70 points locked in. What about war, Little Bear? We needed a good trading day after being patient these last couple days. Oh, you were referring to Ponzi's comment. I didn't see it. I was looking at the charts. Yeah, guys, if I don't see your like chat, sometimes I get so focused in the charts that a lot of times I forget to look at the chat. I'm not meaning to do it. It's just part of it. I get so focused on what I'm doing and I forget about the chat. Man, if we can get this 5-minute candle, that'll at least lock in 100 points. The one spot I'm worried about is right here, the 640. Now, if we blast that 640, there's no way we don't take out those highs. Oh, you don't know. I don't know. Oh, you don't know. Ponzi was talking about war. Oh. I think he's talking about unrest in the lower 48 states. 48 states. And is this... All right. So right now we have our 100 points locked in. Woo. You're taking 80%? Nice, Thomas. Yeah, I'm following this up, man. I'm going to take as much as we can out of this. So I'm about to be over my target with my copy trader. If I turn off my copy trader, like off the follow account, I wonder if it'll close the account. So 640 is what I'm not sure about here. I don't know if I want to do that. I'm not going to worry about it. Whew. All right, I'm worried about a little resistance here at the 40s. If we can break the 50s and get above the 80s up here at the 680s, there's no turning back. because what it is, we're breaking that 15-minute candle. But a lot of times we retest this area to move all the way back down. So I'm just going to keep what we're doing, just following the 5-minute candles up. I mean, we got to have a pullback. I mean, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight big green candles. %50 of the moves all the way back down to 500. So let's pull. I really want to see no lower than the 600s here. All right, we're approaching the 600. Nice. It's bouncing. Come on. All right, so we do have 110 locked in at the moment. So I'm hoping that where that wig went back down. So if you pull fib on these 5-minute candles, and you're hoping that the 50% of that candle holds, and so that's what I'm looking for. Then if that holds, then we can move our stop loss to the bottom of this candle here. Just got to get through the 40s here. I knew we were going to run resistance at this 40s here because it's the bottom of this original 15-minute candle. Come on, 40. Give up the 15-minute candle, and I don't see how we not make those 800s that you're talking about. Come on. Wee. Believe it, is you gravity this long or short? I mean, man, we have like massive 2 big moves starting out today. Whew. Don't get any better than this. Especially after the last 2 days. Oh, you're short? Oh, you got some of the short. Oh, you got some of the short. Okay. Nice. Whoo-wee, $1,200? Man. We're up 1,000 between 2 accounts, so we're copy trading. Come on, 600s. We need the 600s to hold. 830 candle wick to the downside. All right. I'm hoping this turns into a consolidation box right here. Nice little idiot box, don't trade inside of me box, and wait for the blast out the upside. No, it wants more. We'll see if the 21 holds here. We're hoping the 21 holds here. Oh, yeah, the volume has definitely slowed down. No matter what happens, I mean, I'm okay with whatever because, I mean, we got two good, nice moves. Yeah, I know. Dang it. We could easily run that 50% here. Nice, Christy. All right. So we're not out of the woods yet. So basically what that is, if you lose 600s, it'll hit 75, 70 area, then it could come back down after hitting the 600. We still got 2 minutes left on this candle. We're also at the point of control here around the 600s. Oh no, nobody should be trading after this, man. At least two. After this trade, I almost want to be done. I mean, 2 back-to-back banger trades. Doesn't get any better than this. I mean, this price action is good today. Man, I think we'd have to. Well, the only other entry there is that if we push here and barely wick above it and the next body explodes out of it, that's a possible entry too. I'm hoping that the 21 will start curving up here where we can just follow that 21 EMA. We're about to have a new 5-minute candle here. So this is where you want to see this next 5-minute candle start moving back to the upside. Today would have been a nice full port day if you shorted that 15 minutes. Oh, no. It looks like it's going to get us here. I don't see how it doesn't get us here. We could bring our stop loss down right below this VWAP here, but I'd rather just lock in my 100 points and be okay with that if it stops us out. Come on, be the bottom wick right here. Be the bottom. Start getting back above our 21 EMA. Come on. Nah. Oh, it's so close. All right. We're at least able to lock in 100 points. Methodical Man says a 2-minute short. These are the 2-minute charts. Stop loss has to be way back up here. I don't usually take these. This is something Methodical Man's been telling me about a lot, so I'm going to decide here in the last minute if we're going to try to hold this or not. Yeah. Yeah, don't yeah, don't bother with this one. Like I said, this one's very iffy right now. Let me sell one of those. Sell, buy. Yes, I need to buy. So take one off. I don't have my stop loss where it needs to be. We're just in this for 1 micro at the moment, guys. Like I said, this one's very iffy. I don't do these trades. This is off the 2 minutes. I know your stop loss needs to be way back up there, and there's just no way I'm going to have that big of a stop loss. Yeah. All right, we're going to probably close this. I just wanted to try it. Methodical Man takes those a lot, so I thought I'd give it a whirl. And also Nutty Bar Trader for anybody that watch this thing probably dump after to get out of it. That's the way it goes. Damn it. Like I said, that's the first time I've started just really try those. And this is off the 2-minute charts, but I'm going to go back to the 5. No, you dirty girl, you. I paper handed the crap out of that crap. Like I said, we're fairly new to messing with those. It should be a free trade at the moment because she's already be at break even. Damn it. I've been meaning to buy like a separate eval to practice these. Not this, but that 2 minutes. And we just put in a 2-minute order block also. Yep. Let's see where we could get a pullback, because we could easily pull back 50% of this move. So that was 40% or 38.2% of the pullback there. More likely, we probably won't look for any more trades today because I feel like we've already got the really 2 banger trades. Then, like I said, I wanted to try that 2-minute trade a while ago. Well, this one here. So what it is if you're looking, once you push back above the 20, you're looking for a close above the 21. And when you close back below it, you get short. Christy, did you take any more trades? How much you say you were up on your funded accounts today, Christy? Like I said, I don't think I'm going to be taking any more trades today. I think we're good with that. Oh, you don't have any more? I'm up 68 on one and 100 on the other. Nice. This is also a pretty easy setup, this 2-minute setup here. So I wasn't sure. That's why we were kind of uncomfortable with it, because I don't ever take these. I don't think I've only ever taken like one of these type of trades. And I think when I did take it, I think I was actually on the phone with Methodical Man when I did take it. Almost 10. see where this thing ends up pulling back on us. So if the 50 holds, what's that, around the 11, that'd be 50% of this total leg. And it looks like we're building another little trend line here. Even though that is on the 2 minute. Take some of this stuff off. No, it's just a consolidation before the bigger move. I mean, you got to think we had a sharp move down 100 points, then another 150 points move back up, and now we're having a consolidation pullback where you're looking at probably a 50% pullback of the total second V-shaped leg. So this could be the move that will carry us back up into the 800s. If we lose the 50% of this leg, we're probably going to be dumping here. You just kind of need to wait and see what happens with this 500 level. Or we could get one of these nice like whole number bounces where it bounces off the 500 and just goes straight back up. And you get a lot of those type of moves when the market's just super volatile, like, you know, just super volatile like this. Now it's just the time to just kind of sit here and just be patient and wait. I hate that I got scared out of my short here. There's a 50% mark. Oh, the 2 minute paid. I'm not sure what time frames. What do most of you guys trade on? What time frame are y'all using? We just lost the 50% mark. All right, let's see if our 500s are going to hold up here. Dude, it's almost like V-shape, straight up, straight back down. Oh, come on. That's going to be sad if this thing sells down another 100 points from the 70 where we were short at. I can't believe I paper-handed that damn thing. I got scared out of it. Man. Hardly no pullback at all. It just pulled back to the 20% and continued dumping. So we missed out on this whole move to the downside. 100 points from our second, third entry there that we paper handed. So a lot of times, if you just miss the move, you just have to kind of just sit here and watch it. I mean, unless you're already in it. But other than that, and I didn't have a deep enough. The deep pullback was enough at the 20%, but I just could not get on it fast enough. So I just didn't know how, because I feel like we've already missed a move. I feel like that 70 range where we kind of got short a while ago. I know my stop loss had to be back up here, and I just did not want to have that kind of stop loss because the stop loss was just so big. So maybe we could get some kind of pullback here into the 21 EMA before we fell and selling off and we kind of stay below that 20. Is there anybody still in a trade here? Anybody in a long or short right now? Nope, scared. Man, I should have had my second 100-point trade, Christy. I got a little nervous there because I'm not used to taking those type setups. That was probably only the second time I've ever taken that setup, or third. So, good old spam call. So, kind of got scared out of it. For the sake of my account, I should just call it. Yeah. Well, especially if you're going to do a funded trade, definitely. I'm probably done myself. I don't know if I'll be able to find another entry. I mean, so we're just kind of sitting on the sidelines at the moment. Maybe this is the leg back down, and now we move back up here. Oh yeah, we're probably gonna not take any more trades today, lazy. We're gonna probably sit on the sidelines. We only have like about 30 more minutes, so more likely we're gonna be done today. I tried one more little 2-minute setup while ago, and I knew if that didn't work, we're just probably gonna be done for the day. That's about what we've been getting most of the week is 2 good trades. So we took 4 total trades today. The first one was kind of like a 10-point break even. Then we got the big sell off. Then we caught the reversal. Then that 2-minute trade is something that I have been, Methodical Man's been uh, talking with me about, and I just thought I'd try it. I'm just glad we got really one good, nice day of trading this week. So it'd be nice if this continues tomorrow. And I was actually kind of shocked that we got this kind of movement, because usually if we got 800 points worth of movement in the overnight, a lot of times the New York session will be like super choppy and just consolidation. Here comes the squeeze. Man, this thing's probably going to continue the rest of the day. That was probably possible, just another leg down. Very clean, though. Now it needs to make... Could you possibly get this move later today? So this could be the start of a nice little 5-minute trend line here. So then you want to see it push back up here, come back down, hit again, either break it or push back up. Then this third or fourth one, you can get this nice sell-off later today. No, we're not buying no more. We're going to sit on the sidelines. We're just going to take our two good trades and move on today. Because I know what happens if I start hitting the button after 11 o'clock. We're going to end up just losing our profits. I tried one extra trade today, and that was that 2-minute short that I basically paper-handed. I paper-handed that short up here when we got short at 72, 70 area. You don't usually get big trades like this often, like not multiple big trades either. So usually you're lucky to get one, but we got two today, so you hardly ever get that. And I only need less than around $200 to finish off this one account, and about $440 to finish this other. So, and I got to have these done by the end of the month, so I don't have to pay the renewal. And the nasty girl's been doing this a lot lately. It has not been running the lows. So you would thought that we would. This is why I got in this trade so late, because I was waiting for it to run this 80 here. So if you go to the left and this right here, I was waiting for it to run this, then for it push back up. But we did not run it. We pretty much ran this next bullish candle back to the upside. So if you see my purple candles, so what those are is just inside bars. So basically what it is the inside candle on the 5 minutes that does not break below or high of the previous candle. This morning's entry was based off the first inside candle. And it's the first candle after the market opens. We did have a few others over here. So like I said, if anybody's new to trading and you just want a really dumbfounded trading strategy it's very mechanical trade. So basically what you do is whatever breaks the inside bar first, that's usually where you have to, because you can just put a resting order sitting at the bottom of this wick. And the order stays good as long as it does not break back above this wick. It's still a validated trade. But the only thing that I did not like about this trade, this is why I was super cautious whenever we were doing this, is because of the size of the candle. It was a 65, almost 70 point candle. And so what you're looking for is a 1-for-1. This is... Oh, you were talking about when you started trading prop firms, like a lot of people weren't trading them. Yeah, I know. I think prop firms started coming out pretty heavy after about 3 years ago. When I started, Top Step was, a lot of people were using Top Step, But I never really used Top Step that much because they were so expensive back then. Back then, just a eval with prop steps, I mean with Top Step for eval was like $100, and you used to have so many more hoops to jump through. Like you would have to pass it like 3 times to get it funded. Yeah, it was a lot harder. So you used to have to pass the first one, like say you got a 20 or 50K, you have to make $3,000. Then the next one, you have to make $3,000. Then you finally get your funded account. You have to make another $3,000. So I mean, that's like making freaking $10,000. Now, most prop firms just let you pull forward to just go and get the funded and just be done with the evals. Me, I use evals. If I'm not trading fundeds, I usually evals for a lot of like chart time and practicing. So I could easily just full port most of these evals and just strictly do funded counts, but I use the evals if after I'm done with fundeds, if I'm not taking a funded account, is to for chart time, for practice. Or if there's like a new, I don't know, like a new setup that, you know, hey, I like to try that setup, just practice it on your eval or sim account for about a month before you start trading it on your funded account. So for the longest, I used to use the 1-minute charts, and I feel like I used to get into a lot of fake breakouts on the 1-minute charts. How I got hooked on the 5-minute charts is whenever I started trading this inside bar, because I would switch over from the 1 minute to the 5 minutes to trade the inside bar. And then all of a sudden I just started watching the 1-minute charts, and it just looks so much cleaner than the 1 minute to me. At least to me it does. Everybody's a little different, but you know, you can just look at 1 or 2 candles instead of we switched over to the 1 minute here, and it just looks crazy. Look at all these damn candles. Look at this right here. You had to have like 15 candles. There's no way of timing this breakout here. I mean, like you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 candles. So 15 candles, you got to sit there and move back and forth. The time it happens, you're like so used to consolidating. You're like, damn, it's hard to catch that. But with the 5 minutes, a little bit patient, a lot cleaner. So the same way with this move here. We didn't quite get the 80 we like, but let's look at the setup here on the 1 minute and see how much difference it looks. So basically we had a lot of stick candles. So to me, these are just like doji candles. So kind of like, to me, I'll be looking at those as indecisive candles. So I wasn't sure if we're moving back up or if we're just making another little bear flag here for another drop. I wouldn't know. So this is why I like the 5 minutes. Much cleaner. Even though I didn't get in as low as I like, but look. So we almost tested the 80, and that was the range we were looking for. So you get this nice, sexy green candle with the little 20% pullback. We got long here, and that was how we entered this trade here. I'm not sure what most of you guys trade here as far as. Yeah, we caught the drop and the backup. So we caught it. We was able to catch it on both ends today. So we took this, our first entry this morning came off the inside bar. It took me entering it twice because I didn't like the fact that we had a 70-point stop loss. So I was having a fairly tight stop loss. We entered twice. The first one was just a 10 points break even. The second one, though, it got going. We took, I want to say 70 points out of the first one. And this next one here, we got long here at 61, and we took the 100 points back up for that one. And I already knew that we were going to probably run into resistance here because this is our opening 15-minute candle here from 8 o'clock to, or 9 o'clock to 9:15. So I was assuming that we were going to run into resistance there. I was in this short here, but I don't ever take this type of setup on the 2 minutes because I was on the 2 minute charts and I'm fairly new to it. I know this Methodical Man who, I talk to Methodical Man all the time, so sorry if I say his name so many times, but he takes that 2 minute setup every day. And it's got a fairly good win percentage. Another good win percentage for anybody that's looking for, like, really new to trading. If you like trading mechanical stuff, mechanical stuff is easy to trade if you're new to trading. So what you can do is, even though not every day you get it, is mark out your previous day close. And this close candle is in a nice spot here. It's at the 800. So you could probably get 10 points off of this here. Now, I probably wouldn't want it to go above 810. 810 would probably be my line in the sand here. But what I would do is, instead of just taking it head on sometimes when I'm just not sure if the market's going to be grinding into it, is I would just say put a resting, say, sell order right here, and then I would follow it up. And I'm hoping that it wicks through, and then I would just drop it as it's coming back through. And this way, when it does that, then you can turn around and use how far that wick went up as your stop loss. Or if it's too big, you're like, oh shit, that wick's too big. I'm not gonna risk 20 points. So that's how sometimes I like to minimize my risk and be able to tell how big my stop loss needs to be. It's the way I enter these. So I always, on these 5 minute bullish candles, I pull fib. So most of you guys watch, I pull fib on almost all my entries. So I'm looking for a 20 to 40% pullback. This one was, backwards. I think this one was to the T to the 20%. Well, nope. Let's see. Yep. Let me make it big so you can see it. Yep. See, your 20% pullback, or 23.6, or whatever, how you like to set up your fib. So this is how I enter my trades most of the time. I was a little nervous because we didn't run that 80, but I knew that 80 was my level to watch. So, oh no. Oh, I think I was on a sim account either way. Okay, good. I was on a sim account. I was like, whoa. I'll put it down here. I forgot that it'll do that sometimes. All right. All right. Wow, we went all the way back down to that 61. That's insane. So this is how we entered that last trade. We look for a quick pullback of 20% on these very bullish 5 minute candles. You would prefer to sweep the 80s because that was my target I was looking for. So this is what I was hoping to do. I was hoping that it would have swept down to the 70s and 60s, and then as it was ripping back up, we could have caught this trade right above 80. But we didn't get that, so we had to be patient and wait another 5 minutes for this 5 minute candle to print. And usually we'll take it where at the top of the candle close. And we wait to see what this second candle is going to do. And sometimes I do miss the trades because what will happen, it won't even be a pullback. It'll just print and rip. So that'll happen to me sometimes, but I won't jump in. I'll just let it go. And I'll just tell myself we missed it. This one was a little bit different. This was just basically the inside bar entry. This is basically all this was. So then what you want to do is, the way this one works, like I said, this is just a straight mechanical trade for anybody that likes to trade mechanical. So basically just wherever side it breaks out, you just basically put a sell order. Be like putting a sell order here, and wherever way it goes, it goes. You don't really have no control, and you're supposed to be doing a 1-for-1. So The reason why I was very hesitant, because I don't usually take them when they're this big, because this thing was 70 points. Because you got to have your stop loss here. Because you got to see, you set through some drawdown. You set through probably 40 points in drawdown. So, scurry. But anyway, you've been looking for 70 points. And like I said, it would have been a winner because it paid 70 points this morning. I pointed out this 5-minute setup every day this week. Like I said, it's paid every day this week. Let's see. Even in this choppy mess, it paid yesterday. This was yesterday. No, I think this was the one that you didn't get the 1-for-1. So I think this is kind of a fail, I think. Let's see. Well, no, I take that back. So you would have been long from 35. You would have just set through a lot of drawdown. See, you only got to 60. So what is that, like 25 points? And how big is this candle? Oh, no, that one would have been somewhat of a fail. That one was super nasty. That was probably the worst one of the week, though. This one came pretty close to your stop loss here. I'm talking about like it hit right there at it. I'm talking about within a millimeter here. A lot of times I wait for the pullbacks, though, because everybody does it a little bit different, because I know multiple people who trade this. And so then you would have been long from what, 30, 32? And it's about a 30-point candle. As you can see, we never came back. So it went straight up the whole day. It was a nastier one. It wasn't very clean, but still would have won. All right, same with this one. I forgot what day it was, but I do remember this one too. So it looks like you're about what, 05 to 35, so a 30-point candle. I think you would have got your 35 points on this quick whip all the way down, because this thing looks like it went down 35 points on the rip. But like I said, if you can just hold your runners, like I said, most of the days you get big moves like this off of that candle. Now, is it going to win every single day? No. There is no such thing as a strategy that's going to win every single day. At least I haven't found anything that wins every single day, you know. What time is it? Almost 10:15 or 11:15. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it, Derek, so we don't get the FOMO and try to find ourselves another entry. So it was a good day trading. The only trade that I tried that usually wasn't my normal type setups was this 2-minute candle that we tried just a while ago. If you're just joining us, we're trading micros on the NQ. And usually we're trading 25 and 50K accounts, or $3,000 and $1,500 of valuations, paper money. And then when I find setups I trade those on the fundeds. But I've been taking a break from my fundeds till I get kind of, because I blew a funded last month, or the end of last month, somewhere around in there. And so usually if I blow one of my fundeds, I'll just take like a little break from it, just because we don't want to go, straight, not FOMO, but, tilt harder on our funded. So sometimes it's best to take a break from it if you, fail one of your accounts, and just kind of get back in that rhythm of, trading again. Because usually after you take a loss or you have a bad tilt, usually, I don't know, it still kind of lingers with you, especially if it happens on a weekend or a Friday. That's the worst. What was getting me recently was the Mondays. For some reason, I just kept wrecking myself on Mondays for a reason. I don't know why, but it just seemed that's what it was. I haven't been keeping up with it very much this month. I need to, but man, it seemed like every Monday last month I was like catching bad trades. Let's see. Oh, shoot. I kept up with it. Let's see if I got my calendar thing. Yeah. Sorry about the brightness. So for some reason, Mondays, I don't know what it is. Yeah, that's when I blew my fundeds last month. Yeah. So we take a little bit of break, get back in the rhythm again. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I've been trying to make it on trading in the evenings. So far, we've been finding winners in the evenings. I think I've been trading my Padeus accounts. I have 4 Padeus accounts that we're trading. And let me see. That's on Quantower. And the reason I struggle trading Quantower just because I'm not used to it. But I don't mind trading Quantower at night because it's nice and slow. So I don't feel like I got to be fast when moving my entries around. I'm not sure what most of you guys trade on. The only 3 charts I've ever really traded on is Tradeovate. I started out Tradeovate a couple years ago, but I've been on Ninja for the longest. Ninja is where I feel the most comfortable at, and I feel like Ninja offers a lot. And I got tons of free indicators for Ninja too, for, you know, if you're looking for indicators for Ninja. We actually over leveraged when we did this last night. We were, yeah, so we ended up making 181 in the nighttime there. It was just for basically 10 points. 10 points with 10 micros, and we took it right at the Asia opening. And did I not know that the Asia was going to sell off another 500 points? And I think we sat there and watched that all last night. We sat here for 2 hours last night watching the Asia market. So it's not very often that you get to watch Asia and it sells off 500 points. So with these accounts, I just started using these guys. These are like lifetime accounts. So this is why I like these accounts, but you have to catch them at the right time. So I only had to pay $8 for these evaluations, and I think they're 80 to fund, which is still fairly cheap for funded accounts, but they're static accounts. So basically they're small accounts. You can get bigger ones, but I use the 25Ks because I'm just trading like 1 to 2 micros for most of the majority of most of my trades are 1 to 2 micros. Every now and then we will over leverage a little bit. We believe in the trade. But anyway, so when the static account, it follows your stop losses up, like as far as drawdown. So you start off with a $500 drawdown. So now that I've made 145, so now my drawdown is $645. And on this one, it's at $600. And these other ones, I haven't taken a trade. So with these accounts with Padeus, I'm hoping back around Christmas time or the New Year's Eve, they'll have another like 90% off. And like they're $8. And so, but like I said, you have to trade on Quantower. I mean, if you like Quantower, it's not a bad deal. And these guys do pay out. I want to say they even just started their YouTube TV channel too. They're a European company. So put this in here real quick and call it a day. All right, guys. Everyone have a good one. Thank you guys for the subscribes and follows today.